We are in California talking with Jane. Jane, you're with Allworth Money Matters.
Wow. Hello.
Wow.
I can't believe you're like celebrities to me.
Have you called before?
And I get to get.
Oh, wait, hold 1 second.
Yeah.
Hold 1 second. The paparazzi's trying to get in the room.
You guys are the closest thing to celebrities I know.
Okay,
you need
well, there
to
you go.
you need to get out. You need to get out more often.
Brush with greatness right
you
now.
need to get out more often. What can we do to help other than the fact that you get to bask in our glory?
I've been listening to you guys for a year. I heard you advertised on another podcast or radio or something. So the first thing I did, I had to vet you. And so I did that by going to 2020 in January. And then I went through the podcast through the pandemic. I wanted to see what you said.
Oh, you went all the way back and listened to us. Holy smokes.
Now I'm interested. Continue on.
No, you really need to get out. You really. So what can we do? So now that we've been vetted and we're apparently up to your standards, what can we do to help?
Well, I'm quite proud of the way we acted during the pandemic and the lockdown.
And when when the market hit like 19,000, that's the low. I really wanted to hear what you had to say. And what made me decide to listen to you is you mentioned that for some of you who aren't able to convert to a Roth, you might be able to now. And I did that.
Oh, good.
It was very painful, because I knew I was going to have to come up with $38,000 cash. And that was a tough time. But I just kept putting money in as it went down.
Yep.
And it was scary and painful, but the fear of not doing it was greater.
That's right.
And I always do the least worse.
I understand. Well, thank you for being a new but loyal listener. How can we help?
Okay. So I'm 64. I've had my retirement accounts always invested in all stocks, like 95%. And now, a year ago, I bought some individual bonds. And I didn't buy bond funds because I didn't really understand them. I kind of know, it's a basket of bonds, but I picked a bunch of stocks with the help of someone I pay. And but now my question is now a particularly good time to buy a bond fund?
Well, I don't know if now is a.
What's the objective of buying the bond fund?
Well, I was in 95% stocks, and I'm 64 years old.
Yeah, so having some fixed income in your portfolio.
Well, maybe or maybe not.
Well, yes, she's going to want some fixed income in her portfolio, not 100% stocks.
I did buy some U.S. Treasuries looked good, so I bought a little bit of that.
How big is this investable amount of dollars?
Well, right now, I did buy some bonds. The investable dollars, I can put as much as I want. I have.
Is it 10 million? Is it 20 million? Is it 50 million? Is it $1 million?
Well, my retirement account's 1.9 million.
Okay.
And I have $350K in bonds right now, U.S. Treasuries, and then I was, picked a few bonds. But so I'm 72% stocks and 28% bonds right now.
Okay.
And I'm comfortable with that.
I'm comfortable with that.
But I'm actually almost a little uncomfortable because I'm so used to being in 95% stocks. But
I'm a fan of holding treasuries individually. So government bonds. I personally am not a fan of owning individual corporate bonds. And maybe it's my own personal bias because we used to build bond ladders for clients, and during the financial crisis, Ford Motor Company.
What year was that?
2008 or 9. Ford Motor Company went bankrupt. Right? Remember that? I had a client who had a Ford bond in his portfolio. It was AAA rated when we bought it,
Yeah.
right? And I remember the conversation, the fear he had at the time, and I remember afterwards thinking,
What's the point?
what's the point? Because it's really difficult to get. You have to own so many bonds to get enough diversification that you're better off just having a bond fund.
Yeah, and so the idea is, well, people will say, yes, but it costs you more to own the individual bond.
Not much.
Not much, because look, an institution isn't going to trade the same way you're going to trade on a bond in terms of the bid and the ask. So they're going to get a bond less expensively than you are.
That's right.
Number one. Number two, there's less friction. Does it cost a little bit more? Yeah, but so does diversification.
Yeah, but you're probably going to get. I mean, look, it's very difficult to outperform the broad stock markets. The bond market's it's not efficient like the stock market is, particularly some of these more obscure bonds. Like, we're big fans of having.
I would not own, unless they were treasuries. If you're going to own any corporates or even municipalities for that reason, you want a fund. If that was the question you're asking.
It is. And like, I know there's short bond funds or intermediate bond funds, and I don't know what the time range is on those.
Well, it will tell you, the fund itself will explain what the average maturity on the bond duration.
Okay. I'll have to start trolling around more on that.
Let me, out of curiosity, why did you decide individual stocks versus mutual funds or a combination of the two?
Individual bonds, you mean?
I thought you said that you owned.
I think she misspoke. It's the bonds. Someone helped her pick the bonds.
Oh, got it. I thought you said that you owned individual stocks.
Maybe I did. I own individual bonds.
Okay. Yeah, there's no treasuries are fine,
it's
but
a lot of work too.
Yeah.
You got to wait for the maturities, and it matures, and you got to go find another bond.
Right, but yeah, and I'm paying someone to advise me when to do that, and it's
why?
Because for me to pick individual bonds, I don't have the knowledge.
So if you're paying someone to pick individual bonds, why don't you just buy a bond fund?
And then you're paying someone to pick individual bonds.
And it's much less expensive
than paying that one person.
What you say makes sense, and I may end up doing that the next year because I have to pay this guy once a year, $800. Okay. And so
you might be getting your money's worth.
What? And is he conducting the trades for you?
No.
And is he giving you any feedback on the bonds, like the credit ratings or anything like that, on an ongoing basis?
Yeah, quarterly.
He's making money. More. They're making money in the spread.
Yeah, is the account with him or is it somewhere else?
He's just a advisor. He's not I do my own trades within my brokerage account.
And he's charging you $800 a year.
Is he not part of your broker? Is he not involved in your brokerage account?
No. Oh God, no. I do all my own.
Jane,
you're making this much more difficult than it needs
you are,
to be.
and you're getting what you pay for. You're
$800
for the risk he's taking on. Something goes south, and he's responsible. Like,
no, he's not. I'm responsible.
All right.
But okay, okay, you're making it much more difficult than it needs to be. You really are.
No, I understand that. That's why I'm now. That's why I'm now wondering more about bond funds.
Yes, you want bond funds. You absolutely want bond funds. You want, and you're going to miss this guy.
You're either going to have to take the time and learn and educate yourself, or find an advisor that you really trust to build the right kind of bond portfolio for you. Yeah. That's
it.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm glad you are a big fan of the show, and we appreciate you calling.